It's Zelda Month! Alright, to celebrate this Zelda Month, I'm here to talk about the best Zelda locations. All the locations talked about in this video are the best, and if you disagree with me, your opinion is wrong. I'm only kidding. These are just my opinions, and if you have your own favorite Zelda locations, be sure to share them in the comments below. The Legend of Zelda franchise is home to so many locations, and some of the most beautiful locations in gaming. And with the franchise spanning over 30 years, there was a lot to go through, and it was hard to pick just a few of my favorites. To start off the best Zelda locations, I thought I would start with one most people don't remember or even know of, Ocean Floor Spirit Tracks. In case you haven't played Spirit Tracks or it's been a long time, here's a refresher. The Ocean Floor is in the third realm, the Ocean Realm, which is a set of underwater train tracks that lead to the Ocean Temple. Because fucking Zelda logic, you can ride trains underwater. There's something so peaceful about riding upon the ocean floor. That is until you get chased by this fucking thing, then an underwater death race begins. My next location is from Breath of the Wild. Fuck you! Ah! You know how I feel about that game. Ah! I enjoy it. Despite how I feel about the game, I love Laureln Village. It is this small little fishing village in the bay by the Necluda Sea. The village gives off this calming tropical aesthetic with its palm trees and simple wooden huts. Just such a relaxing vibe that I absolutely love. When I first stumbled across it while exploring the vast world of Breath of the Wild, I was blown away. After all this time, I can easily say Laureln Village is the best location in Breath of the Wild and one of the best in the franchise. So next I'm talking about Icona Canyon from Majora's Mask. So I thought I could get our local Majora's Mask expert on the phone. Oh hey Lazy.
What business have you in Icona Kingdom? Land where only the dead roam. This is no place for one so full of life as you.
What the fuck? Icona Canyon is without a doubt one of, if not the creepiest locations in the entire franchise, giving it a spot among the best locations. Icona was brought to the state you see it in due to a war that only brought carnage to the land. And that's only the beginning, because Icona is a location filled to the brim with lore. It has the capability to make any Zelda fan bust up on the spot. The whole area radiates an aura of darkness and hatred that blows across the land that even the player themselves can feel. The Legend of Zelda is home to some of gaming's most beautiful locations, and one that always comes to mind is Twilight Princess's Lake Hylia. Lake Hylia, a calm, crystal clear body of water surrounded by Hyrule's flourishing and lush nature, and the vast cliffside that stands over the lake with the Great Bridge of Hylia that overlooks with a stunning view of the lake. Inhabited by the Zora that flow in from Zora's domain through the Zora River, which is to the north of the lake, and resting at the bottom of Lake Hylia is the Lakebed Temple. I used to spend a couple of hours at a time exploring the lake and everything it has to offer, from fishing to swimming down to the deepest depths of the lake, and even hanging out with clowns. What? All while the gentle music soothes and relaxes you. Lake Hylia is so tranquil and beautiful, which gives it a title deserving of a best. Oh hey! I'm just playing Skyward Sword. So, Faron Woods, Skyward Sword. Faron Woods is the first location that I picture when I think about Skyward Sword. With its heavily forested areas where the light shines through the trees to illuminate the bright greenery of the forest that is inhabited by plenty of birds, large colorful mushrooms, and the cute-ass kiwis. What in the diddly darn fuck is a kiwi? From any point in the forest, you can see the great tree, which gives off this presence of life and limitless beauty. Later in the game, you return to the woods for a trial that calls out to Link's mind, which brings him to the Silent Realm, a parallel of Faron Woods. A place unlike Faron Woods, void of color and life, where ominous guardians challenge your spiritual strength. And fuck, it's scary when they chase you, my fucking god! You actually visit the woods for a third time, but this time it's flooded and you're forced to swim around gathering music, no fish. It's actually a really astounding experience seeing a familiar area in this aquatic state. Are you looking to have a beach day while you wait for the moon to come crashing down and kill everyone you love? Well, come on down to Great Bay! Great Bay. The beach is covered in sand, with the palm trees bursting out from the ground, where you can look out into the bay's waters with a gentle tide. You can see the research lab and even as far out as the Great Bay Temple. While being a beautiful and relaxing beach, it also gives off this dark, ominous feeling of impending demise and sadness, which gives the player this feeling of uncertainty with the music that echoes this feeling. Although swimming's at its best here, and it's where I've had the time of my fucking life swimming as a Zora, gliding through the bays like a dolphin, or you know, a fucking Zora. And also you can race beavers, which is awesome. So far in this video, I've talked about a lot of the best Zelda locations, and all of them had water. This next one is completely void of it. Gerudo Desert, Twilight Princess. Gerudo Desert, a barren land cut off from the rest of Hyrule, with nothing but sand stained in the blood of the once thriving Gerudo civilization. The desert now just stands as a pathway to the Arbiter's grounds, a tower of judgment built by the Gerudo to then be used against them, a prison meant to hold Hyrule's worst criminals. The desert is desolate of all life except for the monsters from Ganon's reign. Not to mention, the music gives off an ancient and mysterious ambience that perfectly captures the essence of the desert for the player to feel. But despite all of these horrific features, it's easily one of my personal favorite and one of the best places to visit in the series. With all the islands in Wind Waker's Great Sea, you would expect one of them to make it onto this video, right? Well, no fucking shit! Forest Haven. Forest Haven is an island that takes the shape of a giant dead tree stump. It's filled to the brim with greenery and the cute-ass Koroks. Look at Makar! He's so cute! The whole island is just flourishing with life, and you can feel it from the water that flows through the island all the way to the plants, trees, and giant talking tree. When it's nighttime on the island, it's so peaceful. You can look up and see the stars shining in the sky, and the gentle night winds blowing around the island. Before I talk about the best Zelda location of all time, here's a rapid fire round of some of Zelda's best locations that deserve at least a mention. Cloudtop's Minish Cap, Zora's Domain Ocarina of Time, Dark World, Link to the Past, Hidden Village, Twilight Princess, Windfall Island, Wind Waker, Desert of Doubt, Four Swords Adventures, Mount Crenel, Minish Cap, Snow Peak, Twilight Princess, Gerudo Valley, Ocarina of Time, Palace of Twilight, Twilight Princess, Clocktown, Majora's Mask, Kakariko Village, Twilight Princess, Elden Volcano, Skyward Sword, Rito Village, Breath of the Wild, Outside Island, Wind Waker, DS Island, Phantom Hourglass, Death Mountain, Laureln, Link Between Worlds, Ghost Ship, Phantom Hourglass, Lanayru Sandsea, Skyward Sword. And now for the best Zelda location, and probably the best location in all of gaming, without a doubt. Close your eyes. I want you to think of the greatest location ever. Your favorite location. Then imagine something better. Now open your eyes. That something better is the Fairy Fountain. The Fairy Fountain appears in nearly every Zelda game. It's in 14 out of 19 core games in the series. The Fairy Fountain is this truly magical place that captures this beautiful feeling of safety and tranquility. It's a place that keeps Link and the player safe, and even restores the feeling of life, and I mean literally. The Fairy Fountain tends to be this elegant location, the most notable being the one from Majora's Mask. A room illuminated by the glowing water in the pond, found in the center of the room, which is surrounded by a mystical veil of flowing water, and within are pillars connected by arches that form a circular shape around the pond. Fairy fountains also come in other forms, like the fairy fountains in Wind Waker are reminiscent of a seashell, and some are as simple as just a pond that a fairy will pop out of. Some fairy fountains are known as Great Fairy Fountains, which will give you some sort of weapon upgrade or maybe even increase your magic capabilities. Every time I visit a fairy fountain or listen to its enchanting music, I feel captivated in this feeling of warmth and safety, much like the feeling you get from a loved one. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys now realize that the Fairy Fountain is the best location ever. And I hope I even inspired some of you guys to go and sit down and play some Zelda and visit some of these amazing locations. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Linkachu, out.